Well, several protesters who marched in the streets of Lexington last summer demanding racial justice are set to stand trial in August for charges ranging from inciting a riot to disorderly conduct.
The defendants appeared in court via Zoom for a hearing today, and they were joined by supporters who managed to get on the call. LEX 18's Mike Valenti reports.
In Fayette County Zoom court today, getting into the virtual room proved to be challenging.
I can only host 100 people, I'm finding out.
One look at the gallery view would help explain why. Dozens of people filled the room, changing their wallpapers to read, "Drop the charges," calling for the court to clear upwards of 10 Black Lives Matter protesters.
I don't see any reason why they should be charged with inciting a riot because I was present at many of the protests. I never saw any behavior that qualifies as a riot.
Robin Kunkel is a community organizer with the group Showing Up for Racial Justice. This week, the SURJ and the NAACP demanded that charges against the protesters be dropped, calling the protests peaceful and noting that around the country, prosecutors in similar cases have dropped the charges.
The way that they're being prosecuted is part of the lack of accountability. You know, there's a lack of accountability through every part of our policing and judicial system.
Among those set to go to trial are sisters Sarah Williams and April Taylor, protest organizers who were highly visible during the protests that were sparked by the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Mayor Linda Gorton tasked the Commission on Racial Justice and Equality to examine ways to tackle systemic racism. The commission delivered a 68-page report with dozens of recommendations. Kunkel, who is close with Williams and Taylor, says the sisters should be praised, not punished.
So it seems contradictory to that message to then be punishing them for their activity.
In a statement to LEX 18, a spokesperson said, quote, "The mayor will leave these decisions to the judicial system. It's not appropriate for her to weigh in on cases that are coming before the courts. She cannot order criminal charges dropped, as some have suggested," end quote. Local elected leaders typically do not weigh in on court cases, but supporters of the protesters believe this case is far from typical. In Lexington, Mike Valenti, LEX 18 News.